Disciples multiply disciples. Are you a disciple? If so, are you multiplying what God has taught you into the life of somebody else? Are you training them to multiply what God has taught them and you into the life of somebody else? We want to talk about multiplication. Jesus got this started in Matthew 28 when he gave the Great Commission, and he said, your job is make disciples. Teach them to obey everything I commanded you, which is make disciples. So make a disciple and teach them to make more disciples. Paul told Timothy how to do this with a little more detail in some ways when he says to Timothy, the things you, Timothy, have heard from me, Paul, commit to faithful men who shall be able to teach others also. We see 4 levels of multiplication in this passage. Paul taught Timothy. Timothy taught faithful men taught others. Paul taught Timothy to multiply faithful people into faithful people, and they were to teach others what Timothy had learned from Paul. So multiplication was going on. Now look at how this works. Multiplication is powerful. It's how we reach large numbers of people. Let's say Paul trained Timothy to multiply 4 disciples. Those 4 disciples, Timothy trained them to multiply 4 disciples. That 4 becomes 16. And if these people multiply, that increases to a very large number very quickly. Now, the beautiful thing is, Paul did not train just Timothy. We know he also trained Pastor Silas, Pastor Titus, and 28 other people are mentioned in his letters. He trained a new person every year or 2 of his life. And so the multiplication he had was in churches all around the Mediterranean Sea. One man had an impact on hundreds, thousands of people because he made disciples who made disciples. I can look at my life, and people I have discipled have gone on and made disciples who make disciples. Some of my disciples are pastoring churches where they have trained dozens of leaders, other disciples who are now making more disciples. God wants your life to have an exponential impact. God wants your life to touch thousands of lives. How's that happen? Well, one way is for you to take everything God's taught you and pour it in to somebody else with a goal, and you keep reminding them of the goal. I'm doing this so that you will take everything God's taught you and pour it into somebody else. And so the process of multiplication continues. Are you making disciples? Who are you discipling? When are you discipling them? What are you teaching them? Take everything God's taught you and teach them with a goal that they will teach others. It could be your children. It could be people you're training to lead a Sunday school class like you do, to lead a small group like you lead a small group, to lead a church like you lead a church. I was blessed the last month. One of my sons took what we've taught him, and he led 9 high school boys to Christ. Another one of my sons took what we taught him, and he led and baptized 12 prisoners in a prison for Christ. They've taken what God's taught them through us, and they've reproduced it in the lives of others. God wants to use you to make a difference. Are you? You can. Take what God's taught you and begin pouring it into someone else's life right away. Ask God to give you a disciple, and if you have one, ask God to help your disciple make disciples. I'm Dave Early. Thanks for joining us. You can follow us on Facebook or YouTube. Our goal is very simple. We want to help you Be a disciple, and we want to help you make disciples who will make disciples. God bless you.